Hello, welcome. So yes, welcome. So basically, in this visual reading this week for Libra, it's going to be August 5th to August 12th of 2026. So you know what, Libra, I understand what you're going through in that way, and maybe you're having a bad day, maybe you're having a good day. It all depends on what you're doing. But what this is the way of how it goes in that way. Whether you might have a good time, maybe you're not having a good time, it all depends what you're doing in that way. You need to, try to understand what you're going through in that way, and you think to yourself, all right, well, I need to do it. I need to make it till I break it, or there was something that was happening. So, Libra, you need to pay attention how you're feeling in that way because you need to, you know, be who you are and think, okay, well, this is how it is. This is not the need for speed. This is not the way how it works. But you know what? You need to give yourself the opportunity to understand that. So this is how it's going to be. So this is the way it is, and this is going to be how it happens. So let's see what's going on for you, Libra. So basically, you have the 10 cups reversed. There's actually incompletion, and two pentacles reversed. You're basically feeling unbalanced. So when you have incompletion, when you have unbalance, they're two different words. But in that way, Libra, I understand what you're going through in that way, and think, well, I don't like this feeling. I don't know what's going to be for me. Well, you know what, Libra, you need to, you need to pack a punch. You need to understand what you're doing, and when you figure it out, that's what it is, right? So you understand that, but you need to understand whether if there's something that was happening and it's only incompletion, and when you're feeling, out of balance, those two words are very different, and that's why very very interesting of how the meanings are, right? So when you look at them, you look at in a different perspective. That's all you can do. Okay. So let's see what's happening between you versus them in this situation. Because the way how this is, it's like, let's see what's happening. So between you versus them, Libra. So let's see. So I'm going to see this, but you need to understand what it is. Okay, so here it is. So basically, in this way, you think to yourself like, well, this is not going to be the way how it works. Well, you know what? You have the same customers. You're not in delusion. That's how it's going to be, Libra. For them, they have incompletion because there's something that was incompletion. It's like, oh well, this is not going to end well. No, but the way this is how it's going to be, and this is the way it is. So let's see. So I'm going to clarify between the 7 cups here. So Empress, you want nourishment. Ace Pentacles first, so there's some perspective about money. Stars over, there's inspiration. 9, the Swords over, there's trauma. Exactly. You need to look at things in a different perspective. That's all you can do, Libra. But when you're feeling like this, this is not who I am. This is not the way it works. Well, you need to understand that. You need to do what you can and say, all right, well, I need to understand of how I'm going to do it, right? So if you say to yourself and say, it's not about me, or, there's something wrong with me, that's what it is, Libra, because there was something that was happening, and you need to understand that, okay, Libra? Now for them, let's see what this World card is. Tarot reverse, there's no transformation. Sun cups forward, there's a delusion. Sun cups reverse, there's negativity. Exactly. So there's happening between you versus them. Then they are having a delusion, and they're saying, well, why I need to do this? Why I'm feeling like this? Because that's what it is, right? So whether they're in negativity, that's what they're drawing in, right? And that's how it is, because it's never like a short and stout, right? That's how it's going to be. And when you think about it, it's like, well, if they're having negativity, that's what they're seeing. They're doing it. So let's see what's this 9 of Swords for you, Libra. 9 cups over, there's fulfillment. 2 wands over, you want planning on something. 3 pentacles over, you want excitement. Yeah, because you're talking over, you want things to be happening. That's what it's going to be, Libra. Because if you're focusing on a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, you need to understand what you're going through in that way, okay? Now for them, let's say what this Sun card is about. The Ten Cups card, there's completion. Page cards reverse is no loyalty. Queen Wands card, there's charisma. The Three of Swords first, there's no heartbreak. Five of Swords card, there's conflict. Exactly, because things are not going as planned. It's like you're saying to yourself that what they're saying, having conflict and having things to be not as good, that's how it's going to comply, right? It's the way how it is in that way. In that circumstance, it's like, well, I don't like this feeling. You need to understand. You need to put things into perspective, and that's all you can do. But in reality, you need to understand that, right? So for them, they might deal with a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. They might deal with a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. They might deal with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. That's how they're feeling between that way, Libra. Because if things are going not as planned, that's what they're thinking about. So let's see what's going on with this Three of Pentacles. Six Swords here, you want movement. The World of Yours is in completion. High Priestess is no inner voice. Three Cups first, there's no celebration. King of Cups, you want support. Exactly, you want support, you want things to be happening. But when you act like this, it's like, well, this has got to stop. But if it keeps going, that's what it's going to relate on. So let's see what's this Five of Swords about for them. Five of Wands story, they want chaos. Apex first, there's no perfection. Ten of Wands story, there's burdens. Exactly. So when they are feeling like, between this way, that's what they were thinking about, Libra, because they're in between a man and a woman position, right? It's like that's what it is. Whether if this is not a playing fight, this is not the way it works, but the way of how it's going to be, you need to focus on that. You need to focus about your own dignity, your self-respect, the way how it works. But you need to understand that. You need to step forward and then take a step back, right? That's the way it works. And no matter how it is between a man and a woman of this situation, Libra, you need to pay attention on who's who, right? This is the way of how it is, but you understand that, okay? Now let's see what's in the middle. So the Five of Cups are, there's grief. Okay, so grief is a wonderful, well, not really a wonderful feeling, but in many ways it actually is, because when you see it one way or another, that's how it's going to stand out. But the way how you're going to be who it is, that's what is going to be happening. So let's see what's going on between the left side, the middle, and right. So Tarot, there's transformation. Just so you're telling the truth. And the Devil reverse is no obsessions, addictions. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you, Libra. Let's see what's happening with this Tarot moment. Her reverse, you have a soulmate. Empress, there's nourishment. World reverse is in completion. So you already have a soulmate. That's what it's going to be. The Empress, you want nourishment because you want things to be all nourished. Alright, that is very good standable, right? That's how it's going to be. What's this Justice card? Starry, there's inspiration. High Priestess, you're using your voice. Magician, you want skill. Exactly, you want things to happen in that way. What's this Devil card about? Those they making decisions. Just yours, so they're not telling the truth. They're lying about something. Interesting. So it's like you're saying to yourself, on what they're doing is wrong to you, Libra. But between this man and this woman situation, that's what it is. So let's see what's happening. So I'm gonna clarify this Tarot, the World reverse. High Priest reverse is no inner voice. Fool reverse is no change. Wheel of Fortune, you're having good luck. So Libra needs to have good luck on their side, no matter how it is, but that's what it's going to be. Then clarify this Justice reverse. The Emperor reverse is no structure. The lower reverse, there's no decisions. Curious, there's progress. Exactly. They're making progress because what they're doing is totally fine, but in that way it's no longer good. So no matter what it's going to be in this situation, Libra, between a man and woman, you need to pay attention on how you're feeling in that way. What's this magician about? Sun character, there's positivity. Judgment authority, you're taking action. So you're in between of having positivity and taking action. Like, that's what it's going to be happening because you have to face it. You have to face it with dignity, self-respect. That's what's going to be happening, because in that way you think to yourself, all right, well, this is the way it is. All right, well, that's what's going to be happening. So that's what it is. So I'm going to clarify. I'm going from the middle to them, middle to you. Spring Cat is already, there's bravery. Queen of Swords is already, they're showing independence. The Queen wants rest, there's no charisma. Tarot is no transformation. Seven Cups is there's no delusion. King Cups is already, they want support. Ten of Swords, there's no conclusions. Tree is no progress. Eight of Swords is already, they want anxiety. Exactly. So what they're doing is wrong and is unacceptable behavior. But in many ways, they want to show their independence. They want to do their own things. That's what the Libra, woman would want. Maybe it could be a masculine. But the way this is, it's between the way how this is, whether you have a relationship or not. But it all depends on your point of view, Libra. It all depends on that, because, the man could be thinking about another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, a Leo as a fire sign, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as air signs. So, that's how it's going to be for the man situation, but that's what it's going to be between the man and the woman of this situation. What's between the middle and you? King of Wands, there's no passion, so there's no leadership. Page of Pentacles, there's prospects. Nine Pentacles, you're feeling comfortable. King of Swords, there's no knowledge. Empress, there's structure. Here from Rest, there's no guidance. Eight Cups, there's no observation. Terrace, there's healing. Exactly. So what's happening between the way of how it's going to be, you need to focus on that. You need to have the definition on what you're doing is pretty for like acceptable behavior, right? But the way this is, that's what it's going to be happening. So let's see what the universe is saying. I'm going to go from the middle, go from the left, the middle, and right. So we have Scorpio. Heal the wounds, 8 weeks, 8 months. Right? So it could be Scorpio as a water sign for the man. In the middle, we have Libra. Enjoy your time, 7 weeks, 7 months. Yep, so this is for you, Libra, as an air sign. What's on the right side? You have Wednesday. Make up a balance. Be entirely realistic. So it could be happening on a Wednesday. Followed by Aquarius. Give a fresh in petties. 11 weeks, 11 months. And one more. We have Sunday. Go inwards. Develop a vision. So it could be Wednesday and Sunday. And we have number 2. It is progressing well now. 2 days, 2 weeks. And number 6. Enjoy time. 6 days, 6 weeks. And then you had number 5. You decide for yourself. 5 days, 5 weeks. Number 12. It is going well now. 12 days, 12 weeks. And number 10. You will start all over again. 10 days, 10 weeks. Right, that's between the man and the woman. And number 7, determine the circumstances, 7 days, 7 weeks. Yep. Number 3, it will work out soon, 3 days, 3 weeks. And for the Saturday is search for joy, stay a gale, yeah. Thursday will be take a stand, follow your energy. And Virgo, harvest the crop. 6 weeks, 6 months. So it could be followed by a earth sign. So between a Scorpio, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, that's what's going to be happening. And let's see. So these cards are very new. Let's see what's happening on the left side for you, Libra. It says, challenges. Make a decision. Work on inner healing. Yeah, because you're having a challenge, Libra. The masculine has the challenges that he's going through in that way. So what's in the middle? We have give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. Yes, that's what's going to be happening. And what's on the right side for them? Yes, luck is on your side. Yep. And let's see what's opposite for the yes. Sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. It could be that. Yep. And that's why the woman wants to try their showing their independence. And that's what's going to be happening. Interesting. What's the man for this challenges? Addiction. Challenges with unhealthy habits and financial struggles. So basically he having addiction. Because maybe he wants her and maybe he's probably using her for money. I don't know. But that's what the challenges is. I don't know if this could be accurate, but let's see what happens, right? What's else with this? Give it time. Move on. Someone is unavailable. A waste of time. It's over. Exactly. Let's also with this move on. Someone else. Someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. Exactly. It's like someone's like being monkey in the middle. If you ever play that game, look it up on the internet. That's what it seems to be, I guess. So there was always a possibility with this. What's true will be said. Okay, so what's happening with this addiction for the man? Moving. Change of residence. Moving in with your partner. How would that be possible? If things are not working out, why would be moving? Right? Why would that be possible? What's also with the sexuality? Spy. Someone's got their eye on you. You're doing your research. So someone's playing I Spy my Little Yellow Eye. Something like that. So it's between moving and spy. Between this man and woman of the situation of this Libra reading. Let's see. giving the opposite of the moving. Mercury retrograde. Electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. That could be happening. That could be happening for the man. About things are not working out, devices are not happening. Like, I'm not trying to laugh, but this is a funny reading, actually. This is like, really? Like, that's how it is, I guess. Okay, so what's also with the spy for the woman? Gold digger. They want your money being used. Ah, yeah, I just said that earlier. About the addiction on what the man's doing. So the woman is actually feeling like that. Wow. What's also with someone else? They'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. Yes, they're actually having a BRB, which means be right back. That's very interesting, I guess. But that's what happens, I guess, right? This is the way it's going to be happening. Huh. Interesting, isn't it? So that's what it's going to be. Now let's see what's happening. So we're going to figure out what's the man dealing with, the middle, and the right. So let's see what the masculine man has. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ah, yeah. So the masculine has the excellence of air signs, of zodiac signs, of what he's dealing with. Interesting. What's in the middle? Earth signs. Earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Ah, interesting. That's very interesting indeed. What's on the right side for the woman? Fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's very interesting for the woman because she might be feeling like Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius and what she's going through. And last but not least, we got the water signs here. Water sign will be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But I'm just going to show you that. So it's very possible. Just we got air signs, earth signs, and fire signs. So, So what could the universe is saying between all this? Between the masculine, the feminine. So I'll do one card in the middle that represents the earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Queen Cups that represents empathy. There's two sides to the story here. One makes sense, one doesn't make sense. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay. Now what the woman will be, the opposite for the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Page of Cups. She wants loyalty. Exactly. And that's what the masculine is. That's what the feminine wants. As to the woman. Wow. And what's the masculine want between the air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Knight of Cups. He wants romance. Yeah, this is very interesting indeed. Because he wants romance, he wants things to be happening. That's what it's going to be, right? So in theory, that the universe is saying that empathy, there's two sides to the story here. One makes sense, one doesn't make sense. So in this way of how it's going to be, Libra, in many ways, whether you're dealing with a man or a woman, you need to understand about your own way of having your own sexuality, right? It's the way how it works, and you need to be proud of what you're doing in that way, whether if you have a good relationship or not a good relationship. But if someone's using you for something and you don't appreciate it, then just let it go, right? So that's what I'm trying to say is, Libra, is that you pay attention to what you're going through, no matter if you're having a relationship or not. But this is like an actual like funny reading, and it seems to be funny to me, but I don't know if it's funny to all of you. But the way this is just how remarkable this is, because in that way, if you think about it in that way, in many ways, it's like, all right, this is the way it works. This is gonna be how it is. But when you think about it in that aspect of how it's gonna be, you need to understand. You need to be appreciated. You need to be supported, right? So whether if the man is having romance, okay, if the universe is saying, empathy, two sides of the story, that's what it is. And not only that, is that for the feminine, as in the woman, she wants loyalty. So this is what's going to be happening, and you need to focus on that, right? So you need to believe what you're going through, but that's what it seems to be. So you need to focus on that, and you need to be who you are, and you need to take things for granted, and that's what is going to happen, because in many ways you need to focus on whether you're not balancing, whether you're not doing the things that you're responsible to do, but in reality that's what it's going to be happening. So thanks so much, have a wonderful day to all, and I'll see you next time I do, and thanks so much. Thank you, bye for now, Ray. Thank you, thanks, and thank you, and